Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events. Winter is waking up, fighting back. It is not going down without a fight. And the winter weather contest, if you entered that, you can click on the top of the screen, and or in the navigation bar, and you can click on the contest. It'll show all the entries there, and we're playing Price is Right rules. So it's the person with the who's closest without going over. So it's the snowfall amounts it's so far is at 0.2. So it looks like we may have a winter weather contest winner this year. Stay tuned. According to the newest data. Now there are still, I know when meteorologists, and when I say this, I feel like we're a broken record. We say this all the time, but it's so true. Things can change right up until hours, even just a few short hours before anything starts to fall from the sky. And while it's falling, things change with the forecast because, these are just computers. And computers make errors. Mine's been made one this morning. I had to reboot. But anyway, it's a little different. But anyway, there's so many different variables with this. And just to name a few, of course, the track. But it's the cold air that's coming in on Sunday. The cold air that comes in Sunday is very important. How long does that stick around on Monday? How hard is it to get around? How strong is that cold air? What is the depth of that cold air? If it's really shallow, you're talking about more ice. If it's a little bit deeper, you're talking about sleet. If it's even deeper, you're talking about snow. So the depth of that cold air is in question. So that's Monday. I think there's more questions on Monday than there are on Tuesday, because Tuesday, everything cools enough so that on the back side of the system, we get... it's just hard for me to believe because of what we've been through this winter. Snow. We get a good snow. According to the data on this Thursday, next Tuesday is it's 5 days away. But last winter, 5 days out, I would have had no problem saying, yeah, it looks like a good snow coming next week. This winter, because of the way the models have behaved, I'm just like, But it's there. It's kind of like, pinch me, am I dreaming? But I'm going to go through this, and I always give credit where it's due, weatherbell.com. And you may remember their chief long-range forecaster, Joe Bastardi, with Weatherbell. I asked him permission. He gave it to me. I want to show you their forecast. It was late last summer into the fall, what they're saying for the winter. And he called for temperatures in our neck of the woods. I want to say they're 2 to 4 degrees below the average for the winter months. So you have to remember that's December, January, and February. And I'll have to look, but we're running at or a little bit above average. But with what's coming for the last part of this month, the last half of this month, it's going to go below average. Now, how much ground is he going to be able to make up? That remains to be seen. But the forecast that so many people will watch is that snow forecast they put out there for snowfall 100 to 133% of average. And you got to remember, in Arkansas, that's not much. 100%. So if you get 100% of average, if you get average here in Little Rock, it's 3 inches. And then 133%, a little more than 4 inches. So we have that possibility in one day. And that's all it takes. So his snow forecast for the winter, according to this data, is looking pretty good. In fact, he may have been too conservative if this data pans out. See, I've already talked 4 minutes about stuff without getting into the maps. Let's do this. GFS, this is the overnight run. Everything trending colder. Could they trend warmer again? Absolutely. But I'm just going to show you what the models are showing. Here comes the cold air. This is Sunday. Even showing a couple snow flurries, a little bit across the north on Sunday afternoon. I'm not sure if I buy this, but the freezing line is draped over central Arkansas. Very cold, very windy. Wind chill values in the single digits and low and below zero to start the day. And this is breaking it out earlier than expected. Again, this is just one run of a model that's run 4 times a day. The next one could have completely. Let's look at the previous one. See? The previous model last night didn't have that, then the next one did. So you see how things change. So this is the peach is sleet, the snow is in blue, and the green is rain. And again, I'm just showing you what a model looks like literally. And I think this, it could come in a little bit earlier. but it's showing a wintry mix across the state. And again, this is all depends where these boundaries set up as to where the freezing rain is, where the sleet, and where the snow. It depends on the depth of the cold air. Yesterday, it had the cold air, sub-freezing air much further north, the freezing line further north. Now it's got it further south. This is Monday morning at 6 a.m. And then you see things warm up during the day on Monday. How warm do they get? Again, another huge question mark. But this has got the freezing line shooting up towards the north and everything changing to plain old rain. See if we can get this. Yeah, most of this changing to plain old rain, especially the southern half of the state during the afternoon on Monday. So it looks like ice to start to rain, except for northern Arkansas. That's the problem area on Monday. But we have the upper level dynamics coming out, pulling out, and the surface low passing to the east. So surface winds start to come out of the north and northeast, and look what happens on Tuesday. Everything changes over to snow from northwest to southeast. That's by noon. It's snowing. I mean, you look at that, it's like, pinch me, am I dreaming? I'm not even going to show you snowfall amounts right now. I'm just so hesitant about buying into this, but there it is. And in the Europe, and I can't show you the maps from the European from Weather Bell. I'm not allowed to do that, but I'll tell you what it shows. It's even snowier. It's unreal. So we'll see how this pans out. All right, so here's a look at, these are just off the surface temperature maximums over a 6 hour period of time. And of course, I want to go into Sunday. Here comes the cold air. Look at that. There's the boundary. You can obviously see where the boundary is located right here. So this is showing max temperature. So let's go to the afternoon. So the period between noon Sunday and 6 p.m., it's showing that the highs in northern Arkansas do not get out of the 20s. In central Arkansas, the high is in the mid-30s. That's on Sunday afternoon. Now let's go to Monday. Monday morning, the high between 6 a.m. and noon, 30 degrees. 32 in Monticello, 33 in El Dorado. Again, this is just one run of a computer model. By the afternoon, things warm up between noon and 6 p.m. Look how temperatures warm up above freezing in a line from near DeQueen to near Little Rock, over towards Stuttgart, and into West Memphis. So it looks like portions of central and southern Arkansas, as that freezing line lifts towards the north on Monday, go above freezing barely. If this is off by just a degree or two, we're talking about more icing. And it's several days away, so this can change. It could change warmer or colder, either way. So there's so much uncertainty. But the tendency for Arctic air, if you're going to say, okay, I want to beat the models on their forecast, go with the colder forecast, because usually Arctic air is more stubborn to leave, or not leave, but moderate, because this isn't leaving. It's more stubborn to moderate, especially under cloud cover and precipitation. So I would tend towards the colder side of guidance on this. That's just the way Arctic air always behaves. And with a track towards the south, before I was looking more towards the north yesterday, and I was actually thinking that may actually pan out, but now all the data is showing south. So there's debate as to how this all happens. Now let's go into Tuesday. Tuesday high temperatures. It looks like temperatures hovering right around freezing all day long, but the important thing about Tuesday, it's the air above us. It cools dramatically so that the precipitation, that warm layer aloft that would produce, that would just cause rain to fall, and then it falls in that sub-freezing air. You're talking about that upper level warm layer going cold and producing snow. So yeah, temperatures can be at or maybe a degree above 32 and it's snowing. That's very possible because those upper levels cool. And last but not least, the wind chill. Let's go into Sunday morning. Sunday! Why? This always happens to me. There we go. It's showing, thank goodness we're not in Illinois. Actually, that would be kind of fun. -3 to -14. Here, wind chills, single digits, maybe even below zero north, teens across the south. Let's go into Monday morning. Monday morning, teen wind chills. Let's go into Tuesday morning. Wind's not as strong. Wind chills in the 20s. Remember, it was almost 70. In fact, it was 70 last weekend. And I went on the news and I said, there's going to be some cold air coming in Thursday. Here we are. It's a little colder. Nothing major, a little bit below the average. And then on the news on Sunday, I was talking about how the there's going to be a little moderation, and when the cold air comes again, because there's going to be another batch, there's some debate on the timing of that. So it does appear now that we're closer to that time period. It looks like Saturday will be milder, and then Sunday we fall off a cliff with the temperatures. So roller coaster with these temperatures. I bloviated for 10 minutes. I hope you got a lot out of this. Yes, I'm pumped up about this because this is the first real chance for some winter weather we have had all season long. And I mean, the models have shown winter weather, but days and days and days in advance. I think this is the first time it's been this gung-ho, this close to an event. So first school con may get issued this weekend. Thanks for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.